Hey there, everybody. Well, NFL free agency begins really on Monday. That's when the two-day negotiating window opens for teams. They can begin to talk to pending unrestricted free agents of other teams. And on Wednesday, of course, the commencement of all signings can begin at 4 p.m. and that's when the new league year begins and things really get rolling. So what must Jets general manager Mike Maccagnan accomplish here in free agency? He has $101 million in salary cap space, the second most cap space in the league right now. So what must he accomplish? Well, first of all, it's not he must sign Le'Veon Bell, right? It's more like he must not give out another terrible big contract like he did last year with Jermaine Johnson, like he did while re-signing Muhammad Wilkerson, and like he did while bringing back Darrelle Revis in 2015. Maccagnan's track record is dreadful when it comes to giving out these big contracts, so he must not give out another terrible contract. I know it's hard and it's an inexact science to say, you know, we're going to throw a lot of money at Le'Veon Bell. If they sign Le'Veon Bell, it's going to be a huge contract. So if it doesn't pay off, is that on Maccagnan? You know what, fair or not? Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. But what he must do is address the offensive line as well. In addition to not screwing up a big contract, again, he has to address the offensive line. That's not a position really when you have a young quarterback like Sam Darnold that you want to go into the draft saying, we're going to draft some guys and fill this out, especially because the Jets currently don't have a second-round pick. There's no guarantees they're going to be able to get one by moving back from number 3. So the Jets have to go out and get a center. Matt Paradis, Mitch Morse, the two main guys. It'll probably be one of those guys. The Jets will probably overpay because that's just the nature of free agency. The desperation of teams that need players at positions to have an immediate impact drives up the price of guys who don't want to be retained by their current teams, and those guys get overpaid. That's just how free agency works. So the Jets have to fill the center need. They have to get somebody at left guard. Who would be an option there? Quentin Spain, maybe a discount option from the Titans, a left guy who's played left guard. James Carpenter obviously not coming back, but the Jets have to do something to solidify their offensive line. It looks like they're set with Brian Winters at right guard, Brandon Shell at right tackle, and Kelvin Beachum at left tackle, at least for 2019 here. But they need to get some answers there. They need to get skill position players around Sam Darnold. They're not going to trade for Antonio Brown, so what do they do at receiver? Bell is the big name, but don't overlook at the offensive line. And there's not any sexy names out there right now in terms of edge rushers because of all those franchise tags. Talk about DeMarcus Lawrence and Jadeveon Clowney and Dee Ford, Frank Clark, those guys all tagged. So they're not hitting free agency. So the Jets will have to try to find a lower profile edge rusher, or maybe they go to the draft and address that position, which is entirely possible at number 3. But Mike Maccagnan must address the offensive line in free agency, and he must not give out another terrible big contract. Easier said than done, obviously. It's a tough spot. But it'll be interesting to watch here as free agency gets rolling on Monday and then in earnest on Wednesday.